thy days of grace, there are none as like it. It is even in time of Jacob's trouble, but you shall be saved out of it. For you shall be saved out of it. So Jacob refers to the Israelite man, an elect Israelite man. And that trouble is talking about martial law that's going to happen, and all chaos that's going to happen, all hell breaking loose. And that's just going to happen, man. All hell breaking loose. With the RFID microchip, that's going to happen. With the vaccination, and with World War III that's going to happen here also. That's just going to happen. World War III and martial law. The vaccination, all of that. And that's what we're coming to prophesy about. Edges 15 and 19. 60. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand their power. 17. A man shall desire to go into the city, and it shall not be able. For because of the pride of the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall not pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with a sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So a lack of bread and great tribulation is going to happen. And so it's saying right there how people are going to be losing their minds. Not caring. They're going to be searching for food, with guns and stuff, with weapons. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 7. For there shall be in every place in the next city the great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, that's another one of Jacob's trouble that's going to happen. This great insurrection, which is talking about what they're going to be doing to gathering the prophets to begin their New World Order, the elites' New World Order. The elites are the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Eisenhowers and these rich Bacon families. Into Isaiah 59 and 19 here. It's Isaiah 59 and 19, and it reads here, So shall appear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. That's what it's talking about, when the enemy comes in like a flood. Because there's going to be the SWAT team, the feds who come in here, kicking the prophets' doors down, houses down, and they go and gather them to shut the word down. But that's all part of the Most High's plan anyway. Because it's all just to test us, his people, so he can save them in the end. And that's all it is, basically. It's not really that deep, really. It's very simple. Esau is just dramatic, and he likes to make shit look all more than what it is. Yeah, that's Isaiah 59:19 again. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, which his name is Yahweh, from the west and the glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against his ass, his bitch ass. Alright, so that's what's gonna happen. The Lord's easily just gonna lift up a standard like that and fucking fuck his ass up, basically. Which is what the Most High can do already right now if he wanted to. Fuck all these Edomites up. Turn them to ashes. But that's not the Most High's plan, though, you know. Why else would I be coming out here if it wasn't the Most High telling me, pushing me to come out here? Project Megiddo. Operation Legend, Rex 84, and Operation Dark Winter. That's how it explains it all in those documents they have. It explains it all in their documents. If you know anything about Project Megiddo, anybody who speaks out on the New World Order is labeled a terrorist. So they're going to collect them, grab them, and kill them. Amos 8:11. The older days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but a hearing the words of the Yahweh. So before I go into that, the name of the Father is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, and you must know those names. Most High never changed his name. You can't find a scripture in the Bible where it says he changed his name. Call me God now. No, that's the only reason why it's written in English is because they had to translate it, but it was originally in Hebrew. So it never changed. They just translated it. So you must know those names. very simple. It's not that deep. I'm gonna say in 11. They all said behold, the days come, say the Lord, that I will bring a famine in the land. So this is the Most High who says He's gonna send it. So it's gonna be a famine of bread also. Not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but a hearing the words of the Yahweh, and a famine of the hearing the words of the Yahweh as well. Gonna be both a famine of bread and a famine of hearing the words of the Yahweh, man. Because like I said, it's all only installed just to test. This Revelation 12 and 12 here. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the ants of the earth and of the sea. For the devils come down unto you in great wrath, because he knoweth they have but a short time. Because he knoweth they have but a short time. Yeah, that's why he's bringing all this. This COVID-19.
Are you kidding me?
With their COVID-19, with their COVID task force that they have. They have a real COVID task force. So he's the route, the elites are routing that all the way until they get to a new world order. Basically. It's very simple. It's very simple. Want to bring their new world order, they have their unrighteous decrees they're going to bring out. To take away the blessing that's going to come to, that's made for us. Okay, that's basically what sums it up. One of those unrighteous decrees they're going to bring out is the RFID, this mark, this device to get in your arm, which is called the RFID microchip, where you'll have to buy and sell with that. And really it's to track you down, to track everybody and control everything. To be like God, basically. It's what Esau, the white, which is the so-called white man, the red man is trying to do. Because he's red, he's shades of red, not white. His skin doesn't stay white or pale. It's red. Or it's even, yeah, it's red. Revelation 13 and 6, and he caused all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so it's going to make everybody take this. Rich, poor, free or bond, small or great. 17, and no man might buy or sell if he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you won't be able to buy or sell or travel even. And your celebrities are going to be the first ones pushing this out there as well. And this also goes into what they're pushing in Canada, the debit-free, the forgiveness road debit program, the debit-free forgiveness program they're pushing in Canada right now. Which is basically, if you take the RFID and the vaccination, you're going to be able to travel and do all your regular stuff. You're going to get your privileges back. Which is which is your rights anyway, you know. and a lot of our people are gonna take this that deal. Okay, they're gonna take the deal. And then after that, it's gonna be World War III. Revelation 13 and 15. To show you they're going to kill you if you do not take that. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't take the image of the beast, you're going to be killed. Taking the image of the beast, which taking that image is basically signing your soul over to Esau Edom. Okay. Which is a so-called Rothschild, so-called white man, all white people, so-called white people. But really the ones in power, the ones who are orchestrating it all is these Rothschilds, these Rockefellers. And so before they do that, as well, at the same time, if you don't take the mark of the beast, they're going to put you in prison. And that's here in Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. A crown of life. So it's saying, be faithful unto death. So that's a test there. The Most High is going to test. Is chosen, whoever they may be. Okay, Lord willing, we are that chosen. And that devil that's going to cast some brothers into prison is the so-called white man, by a military man, by Esau Edom's military and power, which is his military, his authority through the military, with the guns and with the armor with the camouflage they have on. Yeah, it's going to be those who are going to push this. Or the CIA or the splinter cells, they're probably going to be the ones gathering brothers who have a lot of videos out there on YouTube and got a lot of subscribers out there on YouTube, man. Or who they just know, who they already have written on their red page, on their red list. There's a red list, a blue list for the ones that were a lesser threat, and then there's that red list, that's the ones who are bigger threats, who are bigger problems. Which a lot of those who are on the red list, you best believe they're either a black or a Hispanic or Native American dude. Revelation 3 and 10, going into the hour of temptation. Because thou hast kept the word of my mouth, patience. I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So either the Most High might allow the brother to get killed before all this trouble comes, or the Most High might let them escape before the feds and military actually come to grab the brother. Or it can also go into the spirit. The Most High is going to give to the brother to refuse the RFID. lot of a lot of scenarios that keep you from the hour of temptation. Okay, but that's rare if the Lord kills a certain brother before all this chaos breaks loose. Because a lot of us are gonna have to see and experience the hour of temptation that's gonna come. A lot of this stuff is gonna come, man, you know. This book of Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor. Taking away our right to buy or sell, or our right to travel, you know, or to go outside our houses, our homes. So the reason why these scriptures are very accurate there is because they're real, they're true. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will you do in the day of visitation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, and where will ye leave your glory? Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this anger not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Judgment to those who haven't been following the Most High, to our people who have been ignoring the Most High, and haven't been listening to His word by the prophets. All this is judgment to those that group, and to just a test to His chosen. Because once you're in this truth, once you accept the Most High and stuff, and you start, you know you're Israelite, and you ask for repentance, you're already accepted and forgiven. But we just ain't saved yet. We ain't saved yet. That's the thing about it. And we don't know who the hopeful elect is. Okay, that's how. Everything we say and do and live by is all by faith anyway. For Israelite elect men. Okay, that's why we're being chastened now. Okay, that's the difference. We're being chastened. We're being disciplined. The 2/3, they're going to be getting judgment. Okay? They can enjoy the lives they have now, man, and then live it up to the fullest. Because the Most High is going to really judge them, man. Okay, and we're just lucky we're not in that group. Because you've been doing shit. that's not lawful, man, to speak of. That we are ashamed of. So it's all in the end, it's all in Most High's mercy to His chosen. Okay, allow our family, allow our brothers, our mothers, our fathers and cousins and aunts, we know are gonna take this mark of the beast and get the vaccination. We though, on the other hand, we already know what's gonna happen. Okay? So that's Isaiah 10:1. I'm gonna read it again here. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, like the vaccine and RFID deal they're going to give out pretty soon. And that right grievousness what they have prescribed. Prescribing meaning they ain't going to change their minds. To turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor. That's the Israelites. That's why it says of my people, that widows may be here praying that they may rob the fatherless. Going back to the poor, that's us. We are those widows and fatherless, man. So, yes, man. So, yeah, this is all a test, a big test of the Most High. Like they gave you in schools, those exams and tests, the final test to pass the class. Well, it's the same with this, man. This is like our school here. We get tested, we get quizzed here, and then this gonna be the final exam here. This martial law, this Jacob's trouble. For lack of better words, this Jacob's trouble, man. This Jacob's trouble is the name of the final exam. Okay. The difference with that is that was at school. It was all about paper. This all about your faith, your spiritualism, man. Your spirit, man. This is about your spirit, man. Okay? You want your spirit, man, to be free. Well, the Most High is going to give you this opportunity to test you, see if you're worthy of that priceless gift. Like your father makes you do chores so you can get the toy. Well, this the toy we want, and this the work we gotta do. The Most High, the chore the Most High is giving us to do. And so the reason why a lot of people can't, our people can't see, which is vexing sometimes, you know, that our people, families can't see, you know. Because in a nutshell, man, if they can't see this truth, it automatically makes them our enemy, you know. This is Isaiah 6 and verse 9, and he said, go and tell his people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not. Perceive it, meaning you can see a clear vision of it, the clear summary of it all. Verse 10, Isaiah 6, the book of Isaiah chapter 6 and 10. Make the heart of his people fat, meaning proud, and make their eyes heavy, meaning taking away their understanding, and shut their eyes so that they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. the eyes going into perceiving, and the heart going into the understanding of it all. So they don't got the perception, the eye to see, the vision, because it's locked, it's sealed. That goes back to the book being that's sealed. And then the heart to understand it, to hear it, and bring in 100-fold, man. So that's basically making the heart of the people fat and their eyes being heavy and shut. Going into that parable. And that's all basically summing up the parable of the field, where he threw a seed on the ground and those fell into the thorns, or some fell into the rocky places, or some grew and got the weeds in them, and then some of them those that got into they didn't have enough, weren't deep in the ground, rooted enough, so they just got pulled. That's what that is going into. Because you got certain people who are kind of there, you know, who are like that one that fell on the good ground, but it got choked by thorns. Because that's the worries of this life. Wanting to accomplish your dreams here, which they can go ahead and do. You know, they got that freedom. So they're like that seed there. They hear the word and they're like, you know, that makes sense. But then they're not fully in there yet. They haven't been fully persuaded in their minds yet. Accepting the white man as the enemy, because it's I ain't gonna lie, it takes a man to really swallow the whole truth, man. Because when you go in this, you got to perceive and understand that the so-called white man is your enemy. That all this is not, all this is played to go against you, to set you up and trap you. That all this is because you failed to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And you gotta know that you're bearing the Most High inclination upon your soul, man. And that this is our hell. The so-called white man's heaven, the Rothschild's heaven, is the elect's hell, man. So again, that's Isaiah 6 and 9. And he said, go and tell his people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see indeed, but perceive not. Meaning they can't see the prophecy or understand its fullness, its meaning, its fatness, you know. It said, make the heart of his people fat. Meaning their understanding, blocking their understanding with all these false philosophies, the wine of Babylon. And make their eyes heavy, going into these other philosophies again. Your eyes are heavy, you're having a lot of seeing. Your mind's everywhere, you're double-minded. With this truth, you gotta have a one mind state. A one and only mind state, meaning you're stuck. in one room. Okay. They shut their eyes. Meaning it's blocked, you know. Let they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. Meaning they ain't chosen, you know. They ain't part of the select, the 144. That 12,000 member from one of the 12 tribes they're in. Where they're 12 respected tribes that they're, whatever tribe they may be. Because that's the 144. It's basically 12,000 from each tribe of the 12 tribes. If you add 12 times 12, it's 144. Add 12,000 times 12 is going to be 144. So that's going into that. Chapter 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. But at the end it shall speak it not lie. It will tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it's talking about a vision. That vision is what's coming. The martial law, FEMA cast, the RFID microchip, the missiles. If you take the RFID microchip, our people can't see that. You can try to explain it to them, even show it to them. They're not going to believe it. You can even show it to them in the dream, in the vision. They still ain't going to be able to perceive the understanding of it. It's locked, it's sealed. Okay. Going back to Isaiah 6 and 8, 9 and through 10 there. That's the vision that they can't see. The famine of the word that's going to happen, which we got into that probably in Megiddo. The sedition among men that's going to happen, and the unrighteous decrees taking away your rights if you don't get the vaccine and the RFID. We're going to get the parable of the story of this Matthew chapter 13. Matthew 13 and 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sword went forth. And that's another thing. That's why the Most High speaking a parable, an oracle. An oracle means something that's kept from being seen. Usually a prophecy or something in the future that will take place. And that's why Proverbs reads, a king speaks in oracles. A response or message given by an oracle, typically one that's ambiguous. Ambiguous means cryptic, not clear in meaning. A statement or act. Two or more often contradictory interpretations. Uncertain. Here's the definition of parable, meaning like a riddle, basically. Like a riddle. So this is Matthew 13 and 3. The reason why Moses, Yahweh, the son of Yahushua, spoken parables was because he already knew that a lot of his people weren't going to understand what he was going to say. Okay, even his disciples didn't understand why he was going to be crucified. Because they were simple-minded. Matthew 13 and 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, his sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the flowers came and devoured them up. That represents our people. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. That's also a certain our people. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. Some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. 8. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100 and 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Okay, those are the ones that fell on good ground, are those that hear it, that can perceive the understanding of the vision and prophecies now. That can understand that the martial law is going to come, because the Rothschilds want to stop this word. That Esau Edom is a fucking devil. Esau Edom being the fucking white man, so-called white man. That this truth is a hard, bitter thing that's hard to swallow. But at the same time, it's sweet at first. But it's hard at the end of it. Because you got your own people who come against you, who call you crazy, who separate themselves. And you got these Edomites you got to deal with, who just want to kill you and play a field day with you. And all sorts of personal things, man, that just irritate you and make you want to kill yourself sometimes. Like Jonah felt. Like Jonah felt. Like Isaiah felt. Why was I born? He said. Just see if he's grieving me. He's always. Or even like Habakkuk in the beginning, even right there in the beginning, it starts off straightforward, man. Okay, because this truth is hard to swallow, and it's not for everybody. This truth is for a man, okay? Like my brother, I told him what a man is. I told him a man is somebody who is good to everybody and shakes hands with everybody. And a man is somebody who knows the truth and accepts the truth, because not everybody's for the truth these days. And he couldn't answer back. He got pissed and left off. So this verse 9, that's why Yahweh said here, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, see and see not, and hear and they hear not, neither do they understand. And then this is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which said, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is grass, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their ears they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their ears and hear with their see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So that's what Yahweh said. Blessed are your eyes, because they hear. And he's basically talking. He's in a sly way saying that they're gonna. Those people, a lot of people who can't hear this word are going to be destroyed. That's why later on he sets that parable. Those weeds that were pulled shall be burned in the fire. So Yahweh had a very smooth way of saying things without saying it directly. So he was very smart like a dove. I mean, smart like a serpent and harmless like a dove, because he could say they're going to be destroyed without saying they're going to be destroyed. Okay. That's why he said dross there, you notice. And that dross represents the fire that's most sides is going to burn with these thermonuclear missiles. The missiles, the 200 million missiles that are going to come here at once. So that's why it says Matthew 13 and verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Now I want to get there back in verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, meaning our people's heart, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their ears and hear with see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. So we said it's waxed gross. Chapter 1 and verse 25. And I will turn my hand upon thee, and pearly purge away thy dross, and take away all thy sin. So the Most High ain't talking about literal dross. That dross represents is people who don't have this understanding. He's going to purge away the dross. The dross represents our people who can't understand and perceive this word. In other words, destroyed, basically. and harsh words and basically destroyed. And then he breaks it down here in verse 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. That is he which received the word by the wayside. 20. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and anon would rejoice. 21. Yet hath he not root in himself, but endureth